starts out on Warframe. Oh no! You're more than welcome to join us on Warframe when we play Warframe. And just let me know. Typically we do it on Mondays. The Albrecht event. Okay, so you're 2, maybe 3 events behind? Although one of those events isn't really that long and stuff. Lotus Eaters, yeah. You did Jade's event, right? Jade. Yeah, there's a new Warframe called Jade, and she's OPOP. She's what Warframe community lovely refers to as the mommy Warframe, because she's pregnant. Well, she was pregnant. And you form her, and it looks like she's pregnant. You quit after Gauss Prime. Gauss Prime is pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool, Benitez. You're missing out on so much. Sevagoth Prime is really fun. Dante is super silly if you build him, because you can get over 20,000 overshield. You can one-shot everything in front of you with a combo. You're missing 4 frames? You have friends that want to try out Warframe? Well, start playing again and join us if you want, and we'll play you through and stuff. Not that bad. I'd say Warframe's pretty nice in that it doesn't really force you to play. There's stuff you can get, sure, but it's not super pushy on you joining or playing. That's why I still like it, because it's not better play now! Which reminds me, I need to contact support and see if they can give me the other wing, because I was so busy I wasn't able to log in that day and grab the wings. Yeah, they want you to craft and go touch grass. Yeah. I feel like that system works until you're late game like me, where you're basically done like me, where waiting is the only thing keeping you from progressing now. Hey, Jellybean. Did I change the background? I don't think I did. Me! It's me! Yeah. Circuit that's a time sink. We're really close to where I do the steel path. Just complete it all. It used to be Gura, it did. Pay not attention to the upper right corner of my screen. There is not a Gura body pillow, I promise. No! Can't prove it. Staring respectfully. That reminds me, I need to ask Ash if the adult artwork is done yet. That you guys won during last subathon. Jellybean, I played Path of Exile for a good 2 weeks straight, and then played it constantly throughout the next few weeks after that. Elee! I've also played lots of other multiplayer games, Jellybean. Don't worry, Ari, I knew you might be distracted for a second. I'm playing Maple Story right now, Jellybean. But yeah, we're gonna do some reacts, then we're gonna jump on Maple Story for a bit, and then we will be playing Dragon Age. We will start this today. Let's watch this one. We'll watch this one, I think. Tactical Potato! Already love you. Video by Tactical Potato, and it's about Banshee. Guys, it's about Banshee.
Banshees in Irish folklore are the true harbingers of death. For us, that's simply what they are. And I'm sure in your country you might have something similar from mythology or folklore. But mainstream media has kind of misrepresented what banshees mean to people like myself.
That's hilarious, Joey.
Parents, our aunts, or uncles, our siblings, our friends would tell us in order to scare us. Now, they're not vengeful or murderous spirits that you might see in movies or TV shows. They are a warning that someone in your family is about to pass away, and I guess what's scarier than that? They are a ghostly woman wailing or crying at night while she brushes her hair, often seen kneeling beside a river or on a fairy mound, crying at the impending loss. And if you heard one, then it meant a loved one's death would follow. So they are a sign or a warning, basically a harbinger. Look, basically it's this. It's an old hag that has scared generations of Irish people.
Basically. Why? Why?
Now, in Warframe, Banshee's legacy is pretty much the same. Her power lies
That was the greatest Irish joke that could have ever been told.
in sound, which she uses as a weapon to strike fear into her enemies. And using Banshee means a lot of someone's are about to die. She is also one of our oldest Warframes, which technically makes her an old crone, right? First added into...
I mean, he's not wrong.
In March 2013, so over 11 years ago.
You didn't... Oh yeah, because the sound's not up, is it? Alright, I will do this again. You guys can hear the Irish joke.
you're like myself growing up in Ireland, stories
I'm
that our
sorry.
grandparents, our aunts, or uncles, our siblings, or friends would tell us in order to scare us. Now, they're not vengeful or murderous spirits that you might see in movies or TV shows. They are a warning that someone in your family is about to pass away, and I guess what's scarier than that? They are a ghostly woman wailing.
Have a good night, Joey.
While she brushes her hair.
Get some good
Often
sleep.
seen kneeling beside a river or on a fairy mound, crying at the impending loss. And if you heard one, then it meant a loved one's death would follow. So they are a sign or a warning, basically a harbinger. Look, basically it's this. It's an old hag that has scared generations of Irish people. Now, in Warframe, Banshee's legacy is pretty much the
It's never gonna get old. That's too funny. Bye-bye!
same. Her power lies in sound, which she uses as a weapon to strike fear into her enemies. And using Banshee means a lot of someone's are about to die. She is also one of our oldest Warframes, which technically makes her an old crone, right? First added into Warframe back in March 2013, so over 11
I gotta tell you this. The only reason I really never messed with Banshee is she's so hard to make look good. I cannot figure out a good, like, color scheme and, like, outfit for her.
Years ago. Now, over my last few videos, I have been using Banshee a lot, which has led to a lot of people asking me what my setup is for my Banshee. And I wish I could hype it up to a huge amount and say, oh my god, guys, you gotta check this out. It's overpowered, it's red crit, it's steel patch, she's a queen, the best ever build. But the reality is, it's just a fun setup that I really like to use. It's not a level 9000 setup. If you wanted that, then you would mod your Banshee something like this. Brief respite for shield gating, primed sure-footed to stop you getting knocked on your ass. Then you would use primed sure-footed, then primed sure-footed, then primed sure-footed. That you get where I'm going with this, right? Play for fun, mod however the hell you want. Warframe's power creep right now is so off the charts that pretty much anything you use will work. And although it's not a level 9000 setup, it is one that's got a lot of endgame mods and arcanes. It's not exactly a beginner setup that I'm using, but you could mimic some of it, I guess, especially if you have the Verglass Prime for crowd control to spread that around. Now, the idea behind my Banshee is that I wanted to make a Banshee setup that was more fitting or more in line with her folklore, something that would bring entire rooms to a standstill with fear or crowd control. Subsuming on Creeping Terrify from Necros instead of her Soundquake would have been the perfect fit, but the reality is it only strips armor and not full defense, so I decided to subsume on Ophinum Eyes from Jade instead. Now, Ophinum are seen as the choirs of angels, which for me fits the theme of a harbinger of death as well, better than Soundquake. You hear a Banshee, then you hear a choir of angels. I guess it sets you on fire, it slows you down, and then you die. So with this setup, I have a slow ability. I can spread heat status effects. I can boost damage with some...
Look, okay? I'll fight you.
sonar spots. I've got a full defense strip. I've got a room denial because of, I guess, the slow, because of silence, and also because of my sentinel. And I've also got 15k overguard up a lot of the time, so I am overguard gating, shield gating, which is keeping my Banshee alive a little bit longer, because she is more on the squishy side of Warframes. But most of this setup, before someone says it in the comment section, will work on absolutely any Warframe that you have. My Sentinel, my Subsumed ability in Ophinum Eyes, and my Pistol Arcane Secondary Fortifier are doing a lot of the heavy lifting, with Banshee's sonar spots and her silence just adding to it. Now, Secondary Fortifier is a Pistol Arcane that will give you 1 overguard for every 100 damage that you deal to an Eximus unit, which maxes out at 15,000, and it deals 8 times the damage to overguard on enemies as well. So
I don't have that. Where do you get that? I want that.
Eximus units basically melt once you've got this arcane equipped, and if you put it onto a fast fire rate weapon like I have with the dual Toxicist, then you're going to have a lot of success. Now, that's not to say I've also got it on some of my other sidearms. I have it on the Kuva Brock as well, and it is incredibly effective on it, keeping me up at the 15k overguard mark. But Ophinum Eyes gives me a 90% slow, 19% defense strip per second, and it has nearly a 40 meter range for enemies at the back. Her silence also has a 40-meter range for crowd control, and her sonar has a 66-meter range, while also using the resonance augment to spread more sonar spots while having an 8 times multiplier. So let's go over each build that I'm using for this setup. This is
looks
my
very
Banshee
interesting.
build. Brief Respite, Prime Sure-Footed, Blind Rage for power strength, Prime Flow and Equilibrium to offset.
Sitting out
the
here,
negative
casually
efficiency
dropping that they
Blind
have
Rage is
what I
giving me.
want.
Adaptation for damage reduction, Continuity
You're like,
for
yeah, I
duration,
have it.
Overextended for range, because all of her abilities benefit from that. And her Resonance Augment, like I said, for more sonar spots, spreading, and then I've got Primed Redirection for a higher shield value. Now, you can switch out any of these mods that you want to. Most Augmented will scale my power strength.
I love how I don't even have primed redirection. Primed redirection would probably be the one I'd want. Probably be the one I want right there. That one.
Up. And Arcane Energize will give me more energy. So if you wanted, you could drop one of the energy equivalent mods out if you felt more comfortable doing that and putting something else in, maybe more power strength, maybe more
It's
duration,
interesting,
maybe
Jellybean.
more health, up to you. That's my Banshee. Now the synergy between her 2, her 3 and her 4 is really nice. Insane amounts of crowd control with silence and Optimum Eyes, and then sonar just brightens your day up, or the enemies at least. Now, my Doriga Sentinel is also crowd controlling entire groups of enemies with the Verglass Prime equipped. This is its setup. Synth Deconstruct, of course, is going to give me extra health orb.
Riga. It has 5 forma. I have no forma right now. I need lots of forma, but I have none.
Contagious Bond is going to spread more status effects. I've got Duplex Bond in order to give me more clones of my companion, which is going to go around and is going to spread crowd control from freezing enemies with the Verglass Prime. But Duplex Bond also has a chance to drop energy orbs, which is going to help with your equilibrium. Now for my Verglass Prime, I have modded it simply for fire rate, for multi-shot for reload speed, and then I've got radiation and cold on there with Shivering Contagion in order to spread.
I don't think I have a
crowd
Verglass
control
either.
effect. Now with Shivering Contagion, a lot of you will know already, using it on the Verglass Prime means you will pretty much lock down entire rooms. It is that good. The Verglass Prime is that powerful and is that useful. Now, last year, Banshee and Banshee Prime seen a combined use within the Warframe community of...
Disconnected there for a second. I'm sorry. The frick? No way.
of about 0.38%, making her one of the least used frames for the entire year. The same goes for the year before, and the same goes for the year before that. So she is way down on the list of our, I guess, 53, 54 Warframes in terms of popularity. So maybe, right, just maybe after Trinity, Nyx and Caliban have all gotten reworks or touch-ups, they could take a look at Banshee, maybe buff her up slightly, just a little bit, maybe touch up some of her abilities. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, any Tenogen artists out there fancy making an actual accurate Banshee skin for our Banshee instead of the kind of mix between a Banshee and I guess a radio DJ that we have right now, based around that kind of soundquake ability and that, and what she looks like. It would be kind of cool to have one that's a bit more creepy, a bit more ghostly. But let me know in the comment section below what you think of Banshee, whether you like her or not. If you have got something similar in your country in terms of mythology or folklore that is a kind of harbinger of death or a bringer of death, if you will, let me know in the comment section below as well. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks for watching.
That was pretty good. I liked it. That's pretty good. Interesting about... Yeah, I always wondered why Banshee looked nothing like what I thought they should look like. Or like, cough, cough, Varuna, cough, cough, wet shirt, prime sure fitted.